Hey, radiant ones. Welcome to Inspired Life, where driven women of faith are equipped with practical strategies for living in radiant health of the spirit, soul, and body. My name is Tyra, and I'm so glad you're here. And since you're here, and I want you to get all the inspired gems for holistic living, be sure to be a dear to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are smack in the middle of a series on redefining productivity through a kingdom lens. If you missed the primer and parts 1 and 2, listen, I want you to go run back and listen to those. The links are in the description box. Let's jump into it. You were created to produce. God created you to be productive. And I want to assure you that if you employ my D4 Kingdom Success Formula, you will be having impact for the kingdom. I am certain that you will experience greater productivity, increase peace, and a deeper sense of personal satisfaction, knowing that you are fulfilling your kingdom call. So today we have covered discipline. People think discipline is all there is to it. No. Then we looked at diligence. And today we're going to look at where many women get stuck. The enemy comes to taunt. He comes with his lies. He comes with deception, and we buckle under the weight of it. We face roadblocks. We freeze in fear. We paralyze. But here we go. Determination. Determination is that key that helps us to move forward in the face of adversity. So let's get us a working definition of determination. Determination is looking at what seems insurmountable as an opportunity for us to bear witness to the miraculous. Okay? We say we want to see miracles. Well, it's going to require you to have some determination, sis. Faint-heartedness is not going to cut it. You have to be unwavering in your constitution that you will be immovable and unshakable. You have to purpose that you will not dwell on how big the issue is, but you'll tell the issue how big your God is. The word amar, the word determine, means to say in one's heart, or to think, or to command. All right? So you must say in your heart, purpose, to determine, to command that yes, it shall come to pass no matter what. There's a saying that says, I cannot on the tongue means mostly I will not in the heart. So you've got to purpose it in your heart. It's just that simple. If you say in your heart, oh no, I won't or I can't, then you won't. You must purpose in your heart that you will, and so shall it be. When I watch my husband operate in his strength, man, that dude is determined. There is nothing that he thinks he cannot accomplish. Change your engine? Yup, he thinks he can do it. Replace the roof? Yup, he thinks he can do it. Bench press 300 pounds? Yup, he thinks he can do it. Anything. Repair motherboard in the computer? Yup. Why? Because my husband is determined. So we have to be decisive that we're going to see it through no matter what. We've got a purpose in our heart and believe in our mind that we will be victorious. Do you all know the vacuum Dyson is my favorite vacuum? The maker of Dyson, James Dyson, says, when you fail, it's like you've solved the problem, but through failure. You found 5,000 ways that it won't work. And so we see in his example, he's come up with all these iterations of the vacuum, and each time perfecting it and perfecting it and perfecting it. And that thing is foolproof. So he doesn't see a non-success, how we would view non-success or how we would view a mistake as a failure. No, he sees these as successes. And I think that is brilliant. Why? Because he's determined. Okay, he's determined. It calls to mind king salmon. The king salmon must swim against raging currents to head to their spawning ground. They know the perpetuation of their species is hinging on them making it to that spawning ground, okay? Even though they have to swim against the current. Do you realize that the perpetuation of your dreams, your hopes, and your goals are going to require determination? So how hard are you going to fight? Sis, how much you going to endure? Will you be decisive? There's no room for, oh, I can't, or oh, I'll try. Do y'all know the Star Wars franchise? Look, Yoda says do or do not. There is no try. So looking in the face of that which is insurmountable, what will you do? Speak God's word. Speak God's truth. Persevere in the face of adversity. Persevere when the enemy is breathing his stinking hot breath, his foul lies, his underhanded temptation, his spittle right up in your face. I know it's not easy. From my personal experiences, I've been there, but I know it's doable because I'm no stranger to hardship. I done lived through it, friend. I've seen God protect me when I was in places I had no business being. I have seen God watch out and look over me as a child, being out late at night with my friends, walking to the corner store. I have seen myself make some foolish decisions in college, and God covered me. God held my whole world together when my mother died my freshman year of college. I wanted to quit, but I was determined. I was determined. And that determination at a young age built in me a grit and a tenacity that says, I'm not going to give up. Even under the weight of life, I ain't going to buckle under the pressure of it. I'm going to stand, having done all to stand. And I'm going to encourage you to do the same. When the enemy is coming, breathing down your neck, what do? You pray. You dispatch your angel armies who do God's bidding by speaking God's word. You give thanks that Jehovah Sabaoth, the Lord of hosts, is leading the charge. When you're determined, you stay whole under pressure. You build spiritual stamina and spiritual resilience. I know life is coming at you hard and fast. I know you may have fear of success, fear of failure, dealing with spiritual warfare, emotional fatigue. It's a lot, I know. But the Bible tells us in James 1:12, blessed is he who doesn't buckle under this kind of perseverance, for we'll have the crown of life. We'll have the crown. The enemy is trying to wear you out because he knows you're significant. He knows what you're going to do for the kingdom of light. So be obedient. Be resilient. Stand in there. Be tenacious. Be determined. In this series, I'm giving y'all some homework assignments and I want you to do them. Again, listen, I mentioned this before. I'm going to say it again. I've had paid coaching clients pay for this, but the Lord told me give it to y'all on YouTube for free. So the least you can do for yourself is pay yourself by completing this homework. So here's your no turning back homework commitment. I want you to identify that one thing, that one area where you've been tempted to quit, to shrink, to hide, to delay. I want you to identify what fear you're feeling around that. Why am I uncomfortable? Why am I avoiding this? What lie have I believed? And I want you to declare like Nehemiah, I am doing a great work and I cannot come down. I am doing the great work on blank God assigned me to do. I cannot come down. I will not allow fear, comparison, distraction, fatigue, whatever to stop me. Once you identify that thing and identify the fears, I want you to write a declaration that you're going to repeat every day for 7 days. That I will do X thing God has called me to do and I will not come down off the wall. Then every day, I want you to commit at working at that thing for 10 minutes a day. Can you commit? Okay, God has given us 1,444 minutes a day. Okay, y'all got that? Y'all got that? 1,444 minutes a day you get. Can you commit 10 of them back to God in determination in working on the God assignment, I think that we can do that. I think we can commit 10 minutes a day. Like Nehemiah, I will not come off this wall until I finish this work. I will not be distracted. I will have my blinders on like the horse. I will not allow the enemy to whisper lies and then be entertained and be, pulled over here like the Pied Piper by the lie. Absolutely not. There's no room for that. There's no space for that. I will be determined. All right. So we've covered discipline. Discipline is what gets you started. We've covered diligence. Diligence is what keeps you going. Diligence helps you get to the finish line. Now here, part 3, we've covered determination. What we do when we're faced with the obstacle. Part 4. Oh yeah, this is where it really goes down. Part 4 is on devotion. Devotion deals with your heart. Because if your heart ain't in it, you're not going to see it through to completion. All right. So friends, it has been my delight to share these kingdom success strategies with you. When you apply this D4 formula, I am telling you, I live this thing. And I know it works. And I have been able to achieve maximum results for myself, for my family, for my community, for my church family, by employing these principles. Not only that, these are things I've been examining, studying, looking at for over, my oldest child's in her 20s, for over 30 years. From my professional background as a performance improvement coach and facilitator for a top 20 Fortune 500 company in my corporate job, teaching time management and productivity principles to today. All right. I know this formula works, but you got to work it, and it will work not only for you, but for the kingdom. All right. Can y'all tell I'm passionate about this thing? I'm serious. I'm not playing. Because you know what? The kingdom of darkness ain't playing. The enemy ain't playing. The enemy ain't letting up. The enemy ain't letting us just coast to the finish line. No. So we got to be tenacious. We got to be gritty. We got to be resilient. We got to be determined so that we can build God's kingdom here in the earth. All right, friends? So I am so looking forward to seeing you for the next part on devotion. As always, it has been my prayer. It is my prayer that you've been inspired to live fully. God bless, Radiant Ones, and see you next time.